Hi everyone, I wanted to show you today how to oil the Janome 500E. It's time for me to oil it and I just figured I would record myself doing it. So this is the Janome 500E, and things you will need today is a screwdriver, this lily white oil. I got it from Amazon. I recommend getting something with a pointy spout. So this one, it can pull out like that. So that way you can get it in small tiny spots. And I also have my manual out because I never remember what areas I have to oil. But I do this once a month, and this month I have not used it as much, but I'm doing it now. So first thing you do is you turn on the machine. And it'll probably ask you to remove the hoop if you have one. I don't have one. And it's gonna move to the home position, and that is what you want it to do. And that is why we're turning it on. Okay. And then it's going to ask you if you want it to resume what you did last. And you don't, so you want to press the X. Okay, so that's the home screen, and now you are ready to turn it off. Once you turn it off, usually everyone has a USB attached, and I have this cable so that I've read that it wears, like if you have it directly attached, the USB to the side of the machine, like it wears it out, pulling it out and putting it in, pulling it out, putting it in. So I bought this extension USB cable. I'll link it below. It's from Amazon, and that way I just pull it out and put it back in from here. So what I'm going to do, you do have to pull this out because eventually we're going to put this big machine on its side, and it goes on this side, which a lot of people forget to do that and break their USB reader, and that's like the most important thing because that's how you get your designs on the machine. So remember to pull your USB reader or USB card off your machine. Next, take off the power. Unplug it. Unplug it. And I also remove all these threads. And I also remove the big table. So I'm gonna prop the camera up so that way I have both hands and I can go from there. Okay, so on the back of the machine is a screw, and you want to unscrew that. Sorry. And the way to take this off, which that's the next step, is so from the bottom you want to kind of like lift and pull to the outside, and then just lift up. In the beginning, I broke a little tab when I first did this, and it's not needed, but it was pretty hard to do that in the beginning at first because of that one little tab, but it still goes on now. It's not much needed. You can clean out, this is the knife. So this is the knife thing that you cut your threads on when you're threading the needle. And yeah, take off this cover. And then turn the machine around. I don't usually like lift this. I do it like on a table where I can get like to it from the front and the back. But for the video. Okay. And I think I'm going to do it one-handed. Alright, so this is the needle shaft. So you want to oil that. And you want to oil that in 2 spots. So you want to oil it right there. And you want to oil it, sorry, you want to oil it right there. And then you want to oil it right there. So if you follow your needle, so that's what I do right there. So your needle, whatever is holding that needle, you follow that up, that bar. So that's what you want to oil. You want to oil the spots where it goes up and down. And that's there. And there. So let's see. And then when you're oiling, you don't want to just like oil like crazy. This thing lets out oil. Like if you look at it, there's bubbles. See? So like a few drops in each spot is enough. And then move on. So a little bit right there. And then a little bit right there. Okay. The next one is what makes this one move. So it's 2 bars. And that one is the one with the spring. That is, let's see, I'm trying to find it on the camera, I'm sorry. That one. So this is the needle one. There we go. Needle. This one's a needle, we just oiled that one. The one behind it. And that one you want to oil in 2 spots as well. So you want to oil it right on top where I'm pointing. Right on top, like that little area right there. And then, so that's the needle. then it's behind it. Wait for it to focus. It's right behind it, and there's a spot. So if you move your lever, you press a foot up and down, you'll be able to see it. Actually, from this side you can see it. So that spot right there, right there. So if you move it up and down, you'll see which one I'm talking about now. So we just did the needle one, now you want to do the press a foot one. So right there you're gonna oil, and right there. So let's do that. Those two spots. Next is in there. So it's that whole mechanism. And if you move, you'll know what to oil if you move your wheel. So you always move your wheel towards you. So I'm moving my wheel this way, towards me. So what's that? Counterclockwise, right? So you're going like this, and what's happening is, see that? That's going up and down. So inside, it's these little bendy, that thing with the hole right there. That is what we're going to oil, that whole piece right there. Okay, so now that's the next step. So we're going to move it to there. And we oil the whites right here. So if you follow where the needle comes through, I meant the thread comes through. Sorry, my shadow. Right in there. That's one. Next one is over here. This screw right here. The hole. So I put just a few drops in that hole. Okay. And then if you follow So this was the hole. You follow that stick down. So this part right here. So everything that moves, basically, they want you to, all the joints, think of it as like your knees. I think that's what I think of. And I oiled it. So next is back here. So what I just did was, so we're done here. Yay. So now it's easier. And now in the back of the machine there's this little slot right here. Next to, I got this 5-thread thing with my machine. So this is where you put your thread. And so if you lift your handle, there's this. And what you do is you like press on it and push this way to the back. And it opens up. And there's a little wick. And they want you to oil the wick. So I don't know if mine is like even wet. So I just put a few. There we go. So now it's wet. The wick is oiled. I'll cover it now. They don't make you cover it. There's no point in leaving it open. You don't need it. And then I think we're on to the scary part. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to put my camera down. Actually, yeah. I'm going to put my camera on the stand so that you can see how I turn it and what the next part is. Okay, so I'm going to turn my machine, and the way you turn it is you turn it on its side, and then we need to access the bottom of it. So what you do is I scoot it to the right because you need room here. I meant to the left. I don't know my direction today. And then I balance it on its right side, pick it up, and this is scary, but do it carefully, and there you go. So I have now turned my machine, and I make sure there's no kids or anything around so that way it doesn't get toppled over. I don't know why they do this, but we have to do this to oil. And I'm going to show you an easy way to oil this one thing that in the manual is super hard. But there's an easier way. So I'm going to get another, I don't know if I should get another angle. Let me turn the machine this way. Because this is the part that we need. So, let's see, do you see that? Okay. Alright, so this is the bottom of the machine. And in the manual, they have you take off this top part, and there's this one little screw, and you have to like fiddle and try to like blindly get it and then blindly put it back. There's no need for that. So I don't even take this part off, and what I do is I take off this whole panel instead off. So I go here. There's 6 screws. I usually put it like on a non-slip surface, but now it's loose. And the screw gonna come flying. So, took the panel off. I had some oil there, that's probably from oiling or whatever. And then I usually like wipe this down, clean it, clean that. Alright, so now you can see the bottom of your machine. And there's the spot that they want you to oil is up here. So now you have all access to it. As you can see, I put my fingers in there. Instead of taking this part off and blindly looking for this little screw through this hole. Like they want you to like go like this literally and take off a screw and then put the screw back on, when you can just do this and get to the part that they want to oil through here. So now we oil it, and I'll take you to it so that you can see which part it is. So it is that right there. So this round thing, it's like a felt thing. They want you to oil that. So once you oil that, that is all you needed to do. They also want you to oil something else. Where is it? It's that one. Oh, this one right here. There's another felt one. So there's the one on top, which is easily accessible by just taking the back panel. And then there's one in the bottom, and that one's darker for me. And it's also felt, and it's right there. You can see my finger. It's oil. And that's the one that you need to oil also. So if you oil those two, then you can put the panel back on. So let's do that. And what I do is when I'm oiling it, with the pointer thingy, so like with the pointer, I kind of like oil, turn, oil, turn, oil, turn. So that way I get like the whole round, and I do the same thing in the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So that's done, and you are done with the back of the machine. So you can put the panel back up once you clean it. So, clean it. So now you flip over the machine again. So the front side, the top side. Carefully. Right this way. And then I'll turn it this way. Alright, we're almost there, we're almost there. The last thing you have to do is, see, nope, can't see. Last thing is the arm. So we have to remove this, and there's a screw in the back. So that screw, and you remove that screw, and there's a screw on the side. So those two screws, and you lift the arm, and then there are a couple things that you have to oil. So there's like a felt here, and then there's a felt in here that I don't ever know if I get, but I try. So that one is going to be super hard to get on camera, but like if you, that's why you need like that spout thingy, this right here, to be very small, because they want you to get in there. And with what I do is with my phone, with my light on my phone, so I like light it up and open it, and at the same time I oil it, and I can't do that while recording. But let me see, it's in there, and it's next to the arm, and it's a felt. It's also a little felt thing that's in there. So that's the two things that I'm gonna oil now. With this, I'm super careful, just because that's what basically drives your machine to do the design. So I don't think. I never try to bump into it. I try to be super delicate with it. Okay, so there's a felt thing. Can you see? So mine is like super thin, but the one in the book is like super thick. But that's my felt. I don't know how yours looks. But that's mine. So that, and then the one in here. And then look at the one in the book. Looks super thick. And all the ones that I've been oiling. But that's how it came. So I just keep oiling it. Whatever. What can I do? Just oil it. I hope that's enough. But, okay. So let's oil it. Okay. So now, you just put everything away. So put everything back, and you should be all set. And remember the cover from the beginning. So you just do the opposite. You put the top first and then just push it in the bottom. So kind of like clip the top and push it in. And there's one screw for that, which is in the back. There is oil in the bobbin. The machine notifies you about that one to clean it out. I don't do that one now. I do that one when the machine notifies us. Because it's, you know, per, I don't know how many stitches. So now I just like dust it off too, because it gets a lot of like lint and stuff. Give love to the machine. I do need to make a cover for mine. I want to. And now, true test is turning it on. Alright, so let's turn it on. So now you can connect the power. It's probably going to tell me that to put the needle up, because I did put it down. Let's see what it says. Yep, raise the needle bar slowly. Do you guys see that? Let's see. See how it says raise the needle bar slowly, because while I was cleaning it, I was putting the needle bar, like the needle. Remember we oiled it. So now I'm gonna just like turn this until my needle goes up. Oh, and there it goes. And then just to move this arm, I'm gonna just pick a design from anywhere. Oh, I gotta insert the USB flash drive. So forgot to do that. Okay, there we go. And then okay, says keep hands clear. And release pressifer, we also did that. Hoop will now move. Okay. And of course the true test is when you stitch, but like if you hear a lot of noise and stuff, like you usually kind of know when it's time to oil. I oil once a month. I do it like beginning of the month every day, every time. This time I kind of didn't do it on that schedule, but it's fine. Alright, I hope you liked my video and that this helps you at least to not be afraid to oil the machine. It's not that hard. And I hope this helps somebody. So comment below if you have any questions or comments, and like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.